everybody, it's Calxiyn here, and before we get started, let me say thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, Academy Professors Jackson Buchanan and Edwin, Huntsman in Training, Emmy Catton, new recruits Solly, Rooter, Rate Factor 13, and Flashy. So, this isn't my theory, I stole it. It's from the RWBY Amino, actually. Hopefully they don't mind, but yeah, shout out to Emma Wright, you guys. The link is in the description. Hunter, you are gonna die on this mission.
I'll die in style.
Anyways, so this is a theory, based on a different theory, but I'm just gonna read this theory because I feel like it stands all by itself. So, this is what Emma Wright has to say. We know that we all know the story of the four maidens. A wizard grants four girls magical powers.
Wow, that was a record! Damn.
And they go on to become four maidens. So who is the wizard?
Not my fault, I'm fighting in heels, look at those. Fucking stilettos, kill me. Anyway,
so apparently, Jai, who's the guy that made, the fifth maiden theory that she's basing this on, basically, so came up with the idea that it was, in fact, the god of light from the story of the two brothers, and they agree with this, that it was stated that the light and darkness brothers created humanity together, so why would a wizard exist? It was also stated that in the episode that the wizard had been living in the forest for centuries, which we can agree is not a normal lifespan. Yes, we can agree. If the brother of light gave powers to the four maidens and created them purely for good, then this upsets the balance. Light and dark created humanity together. Surely the dark brother would be angry with this, so he decided to create his own maidens. So, this is basically the four witches. So, this person's basically saying that there are four witches and four maidens, that they are two separate groups, okay? Because when I opened this, I thought that it was gonna be a theory that the four maidens were actually the witches from the Wizard of Oz. But actually, this person's theory is different. They're basically saying that the Dark Brother created four witches himself to counteract the maidens, which I really, really like. So, here's where their theory comes in. I think the Dark Brother created the four witches from the Wizard of Oz. Salem apparently is based off the Wicked Witch of the West, or Elphaba, as I like to call her. So this makes perfect sense. He created his four witches with the aim of making them wreaking evil, and their powers are passed on continuously. Salem, however, is the original. I'm not sure how this could occur, but I think her grim appearance has something to do with it. Grim so far, do not die of old age. Well, yeah, I guess. Also, I think Salem resides in the dragon-shaped continent that's on top of Vacuo, which happens to be in the west. Yes, Wicked Witch of the West. Yes. Yes. I hate when people say that they're on that, like, lava tip of Minstrel. Like, please, like, kill me. Like, that is not where they are. I also don't kind of don't agree with the continent thing, though, because according to this game's end song, they seem to be in another dimension, but that portal could be on Dragon Island, so, you know, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. Clap and a half, you know. I don't know if you guys heard that. So that leaves the question, where are the other three? Well, we've already found one, Glinda Goodwitch, yes. When Cinder battles Glinda, their powers are actually quite similar. They both use the same glyphs in different colors, although you could argue that it's just Glinda's semblance. I disagree. Also, Glinda is in Vale, and you could argue that that happens to be in the south, because if you guys don't know, Glinda is the good witch of... I thought Glinda was north. I guess not. I thought it was... Anyways, no. But yeah. So, obviously, she's trying to say that the glyphs are the same because Cinder obviously has the Fall Maiden powers, and these four witches are supposed to be similar to the maidens, right? So I think she's saying that the comparison there is that Glinda has these the witch powers, and she even has like a little pentagram star thing, if I'm looking at the screenshot on this post. But anyway, so that the Dark Brother kind of created them to be alike, right? And so, Cinder obviously has the Fall Maiden powers, Glinda has the witch powers, just to clarify. But wait, the witches are supposed to be evil! No, well, kind of. Yes, but then again, the maidens are supposed to be meant for good, and look at our current Fall Maidens. Like Cinder, Glinda went against her intended purpose. The gods forgot that humanity could still choose and pick their own destiny, something which Cinder is very familiar with and explained why she doesn't believe in it, considering her powers are meant to be used for good. Yes, so I totally agree with this too. I think that it's important to remember that Glinda, even in her origin story, was kind of good. Like, she's Glinda the Good, right? So I think that somewhere along the line, right, Glinda may have gotten the witch power. And also, even though Glinda has the title of Glinda the Good, that doesn't mean she is good. Like, Glinda in the show is a bitch. Let's be honest. And Glinda even in Wicked is someone who is narcissistic, kind of after power, right? She's very power hungry. She like falls to the wizard. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't say she falls to the wizard. She grovels to the wizard to get what she wants because she wants that power. And so I think that, I wouldn't say that's evil, but she's definitely not entirely good in her origin story. And even the Glinda we see is kind of like, you know, she was almost the first character to swear, right? She said like measuring of dicks. And then she said something else I can't remember.
She was cut off.
Yeah, she was cut off. But like, we try to put these characters in binaries of good and evil, right? But I don't think everybody is either good or either evil. And so I think that this theory could still work because Glinda, again, she does have the freedom of choice. The OP is totally correct. But we know that some people within Ozpin's camp, like Lionheart and, you know, Ironwood and even Crow, like, make some shady decisions, right? So I think that there is probably a side to Glinda that may be considered to be bad that we just haven't seen yet. Dun, dun, dun! Okay,
I haven't died. That's surprising.
Congratulations. So where are the other two witches? In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy crushes the Wicked Witch of the East with her house, which leads me to believe that she's in dead. But how? This is how. Summer Rose. That was her last mission. A silver-eyed warrior who went to kill the Wicked Witch and succeeded. The Wicked Witch of the East, by the way, which would be Nessa Rose. Okay. If you guys don't know, that is the Wicked Witch of the East's name. It is Nessa Rose. That's not her last name, that's her full name. And so maybe it's possible that, in my mind, this isn't the OP. Summer Rose and Nessa could be connected, and that maybe someone else
I didn't even know this.
Someone else in what am I trying to say? Someone else in Summer's family maybe even was the Wicked Witch of the East. But anyway, Summer Rose, the OP thinks that Summer Rose killed her and succeeded, but at a bad price. And so I think this witch was an original and was even close to Salem. So she's obviously angered greatly by this. She can't kill Summer, she's dead. But who sent her on the mission? Ozpin. And I kind of disagree with this a little bit. I think Summer did kill her, but I think Summer's mission was to kill Salem, and she didn't come back. Because remember, Ozpin sends Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz to kill the Wicked Witch, right? Yep. She sends her to drop, like, basically, she doesn't tell her to drop the bucket on her. That kind of happened by accident. And anyways, sorry, I'm distracted because this person is like, dude, you're ranked 7. And I'm like...
Show some skills. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who did it.
Yeah, you're not. Anyway, so I think that this witch was original and close to Salem, yeah. So I think what happened was Summer killed her sister. But then Summer went to go kill the Wicked Witch of the East, or the Wicked Witch of the West, which would be Salem. And she didn't come back. So I think that she succeeded in killing the Wicked Witch of the East, but then she lived. So I'm disagreeing with that part of the theory a bit. What about the Good Witch of the North? Well, you would think she would be an Alice, but then again, there are numerous possibilities as who it could be. So we don't really know. Like, the OP doesn't really say who they think that person is. So who is Ozpin? He's based off the Wizard of Oz. In this case, he's the wizard. I think he was an original and was close to the siblings, but he chose the path of light, which led to what we are now. Perhaps if he chose the other path, it would have been simpler and things would have been different. And so basically, I think he's saying that the Dark Brothers thought he would one up his brother and create one more witch. So this person's kind of saying that Ozpin is the one more witch, kind of like the fifth witch. In this case, a wizard to one up, and then Ozpin just kind of said like, screw off. But this does make sense because in Wizard of Oz, Elphaba and the wizard at first work together, and then they deviate. They choose different things that they kind of, I don't want to say that they want in life, but they choose two different things, right? And so, I think that he did turn his back on Salem, and that could be part of it, that the Dark God did make Ozpin, but then Ozpin was like, nah, man. Would you kind of agree with that, Hunter? That, like, I think that Ozpin is definitely something that's not human.
I see Ozpin as like Dumbledore. He just reminds me of him so much.
Yeah.
Someone incredibly talented.
So, yeah, I think it does make sense because, obviously, you know, I think that the Dark Brother probably would have wanted to one-up, one-up him again, because he made 4, so I'll make 5. And that 5th was Ozpin, and then Ozpin just kind of chose the path of light and went against Elphaba, because there is a part in the Wizard of Oz, again, where they do deviate, their stories go separate, they are not working together anymore, and so there you have it. So the 4 maidens are based off the seasons, the 4 witches are based on the directions, 1 wizard who honestly just likes to lightly screw up my theories. That is what this person says. That is it. That's the entire theory. So Hunter, do you have any thoughts on this? I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm like 100% on this. I'm so excited.
At least I got 10 assists.
But yeah, I really like this theory. I mean, I kind of explained everything that I like with it, but I think that, I don't know, I guess you don't really have anything to...
No.
Do you like it? Do you agree?
Yes, I like the idea of that, of the nature of Summer Rose's death.
That too. Because I really like the idea that the Dark Brother was like, you fucking what, mate? And so, like, you know, I don't agree entirely with the Ozpin part. Like, Ozpin was the 5th. I don't know about that because I don't know. But I think that definitely that, I think, yeah, there are 4 witches and there are 4 maidens and they are sort of different. They're different 4s, you know? And so Glinda just kind of chose this path of good, because Glinda was also in line with Elphaba, right? And then she aligned with the wizard, and so I think that all sort of, thank you for making that crinkling noise in my video. Anyway, guys, yeah, I really, really like this theory. I think that it makes lots of sense. I don't want to go on too long, but I really love it. You guys can even see why. I think that it makes a lot of sense considering, I don't know, just everything that we've kind of looked at so far, and even within Wizard of Oz, like, because Glinda did side with the wizard, and she didn't side with Salem. Like, she was the first kind of to leave Elphaba alone, you know what I mean? And then the wizard kind of followed suit after, and so I feel like that all these inner relationships, like, it makes so much sense to me, and I want to know what you guys think. Thank you to this person, again, their name is Emily Wright, for making this theory. Again, I think I said most of my thoughts as I was explaining to you guys the theory, but I really, really like it, and I'm happy that I saw it. And yeah, guys, that is it from me. So if you like this video, share it with your friends or become a Patreon. And speaking of Patreons, thank you to Academy Professor Jackson Buchanan Edwin, Huntsman in Training, Emmy Cat, New Recruits, Solly, Rooter, Flashy, and Raid Factor 13. And so we are done for today, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.